I'm sure there's women in the CIA. Do the women use sex or sexual attraction to get the job done? And is that common? And are there rules and limitations? And does that work better?
So first, let me make sure I highlight that yes, there are women, and not all relationships are man to woman, right? So sometimes you will find yourself in a case where the person is cooperating with you, and they are a man because they are attracted to you, right? So especially in parts of the world where homosexuality is still heavily hidden, you may not even realize that you're dealing with someone who has interpreted your interactions as romantic interactions.
Okay.
So yes, it happens. Attraction happens, and it happens often. It's something you're kind of looking for because it shows that someone is moving from public life into private life, because now they're acting in ways that show their attraction. You don't want that. It's not better. The whole idea of sexpionage, the whole idea of sexual intimacy as a recruiting tool is fraught with danger, because a true institutionalized asset is an asset that will provide secrets to anybody in your agency. You just are the one that institutionalized and prepared them. Because what could be even more secret than you and me meeting in secret? If I'm not even the one meeting you. If you're meeting with my friend Buster, right? So now I need you to talk to Buster and not talk to me, and that's going to keep it even more secret that you're talking to me, right? And that takes an institutionalized person who understands on a core basis of benefit and risk. And if you have a sexual relationship or a romantic relationship right away, you can't turn that over to somebody else.
Okay. But I'm guessing it gets even worse because sexual relationships imply emotion, and that emotion can change. We all are in relationships.
Correct.
So talk about one day wake up and just say,
I don't like
to hell
that
with
guy,
him,
yeah.
and look what he's been doing with me, and make an emotional, irrational decision that a friend would never make.
Right.
I'm just guessing.
No, you're right. But you're right because you're understanding human beings. You're proving the power of the tradecraft. Tradecraft is not magic. It's not even really science. It's just understanding how the human existence, how the human experience is already built into us, already wired into us. We give more freedom and more allowance to a friend than we do to a sexual partner or an intimate partner. We will forgive a friend easier than we will forgive an intimate partner. We have lower expectations of a friend than we do of an intimate partner. We will see a friend, and that friend could get fat, hairy, whatever, and we don't care. They're still our friend. But whoever your physical intimate partner is, if they get fat and hairy, you're kind of like, I'm not really so interested in you anymore. It's a completely different type of relationship. So what we want is not just that friend status, but the best friend status. Even better, the confidant status. You know me so well, I trust you with everything.
Right, okay. That being said, sometimes the sex can get you in the door with someone who's hard to crack or faster, or sometimes it can make something happen.
The appeal.
Right.
The appeal can get you in the door, but
Okay.
it's important for us all on the inside, professional intelligence officers, and I'm speaking from the United States point of view. Russia absolutely still engages in what's known as ravens and I just lost it.
Robins? No.
Yeah, it might be ravens and robins.
Birds, okay.
Yeah, but like male sex operations and female sex operations, sparrows and ravens.
Okay.
So Russia is still very active in sparrows and ravens. If you get someone to have sex with you, they're compromised, period. And because they do seeding operations, get them to have sex with you and then get them to marry you and then be married to them forever and just always keep just sucking up secrets, right? Like
Wow.
that's their MO.
Can you also use the sex act as a tool later for threatening and leverage and things like that too?
In places like Russia and China, they absolutely do that, right? CIA, we have all sorts of challenges that prevent us from going down that road. And then we've also got best practices that prevent us from going down that road. So for example, every CIA officer in the United States is a US citizen. It's illegal to force a US citizen to commit an act that they don't want to commit, right? You can't make a soldier have sex with somebody else. You can't make a spy have sex with somebody else. It goes against our own values and human rights that are protected and codified by law. So that's one reason why we don't do it. Even though we see some of the benefits to it, we don't do it ourselves. But that doesn't mean that a female case officer who's handling a male target, and that male target is sexually charged by that female case officer, there's nothing that says we can't have that female case officer hire a prostitute on behalf of that target and then basically be like, hey, I want to be your friend, but I understand you have needs. I want to help you have those needs satisfied. So here you go. That's how you get into someone's private life and secret life.
Okay, gotcha. And it's probably even better.
Correct.
Like, so you guys are actually...
Because who's in control in that situation?
Right, and you don't have that weird emotional charge that can go hot and cold and ruin the operation.
Correct, and now that every time that asset or that target wants another prostitute, right, they just go back to the same person and say, hey, we did it once. Could you hook me up again? Could you take care of me again? Right, and outside the United States, I know it's very uncomfortable for people in the United States to think about prostitution or human trafficking or sex trafficking. It's very common in the rest of the world. Right. So that's a tool that compromises many, many people.
Wow. Okay. Just to finish off with some of the tradecraft things, I mean, I think you covered some pretty interesting stuff. Is there anything else alongside of that tradecraft thing that's stuff that you use on a regular basis that is important for people to understand?
So the one that I always want to make sure people understand is the power of questions, right? We've talked a lot about control. If you're not in control, then you're being controlled. One of the simplest ways to understand how control works is when you recognize that asking questions puts you in control. We think that if we're the one talking, we're in control. It couldn't be more wrong. In this conversation that you and I are having, you're in control. You're asking the question, I'm responding to the question. You're choosing the direction of the conversation. You're choosing how long we sit here and talk. You're choosing when and how much you're going to let me share. Because you can interrupt me at any time because you're the one in control, right? When we let ourselves ramble and talk all the time, what we're actually doing is giving up control. The people around us aren't even listening to us anymore. When you're the person who sits there and chooses selectively when to interrupt with a question, you're taking control.
Hey, do you want to profit from crypto? Then join my DeFi Academy. The Crypto DeFi Academy will help you create generational wealth. But don't take my word for it. Listen to my students.
When I first got into crypto, I remember thinking to myself, I need to learn more. Brian Rose, learning crypto, learning DeFi, gotta do it.
I am so grateful that I jumped in and did this. I had to break through some limiting beliefs that I can do this, that I can afford this, that I can be in this.
It challenges the things that are deeply rooted within us.
Joining DeFi Academy has been one of the best decisions I have made on my blockchain journey.
This course was a life changer, a game changer, a huge eye-opener, coming from knowing practically nothing at the speed of the learning over 4 weeks was just fantastic.
The information you provided in this class was invaluable.
I feel far more confident in my next steps.
You took complex concepts and made them easier to understand.
What's different than so many other ones is it just doesn't tell you what to do. It actually makes you do it.
This is for people who are serious about becoming traders. This is the way it should be done.
I realized from this learning experience again that it is not about what you learn, but about who you learn it from.
The energy was insane. I've never experienced such incredible energy on a live call. Brian Rose, you are a legend, my friend.
It's the only thing in the market where you can get all information and learn everything what you need to know.
Everything is so clear and so well done, and I'm just forever grateful for this program.
It made me feel so much more confident about crypto than I did before.
I did not anticipate how passionate I was going to become about it.
It's also been like a big learning experience for me, not just in the crypto space, but just in overall balance of life.
What I've learned is, how to take ownership, of my life in a way that I really hadn't before.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that, really.
I would recommend it to anybody, top notch.
Excellence does not come cheap. So if you want excellence, you gotta pay for it, but it's so worth it.
Pull the trigger. That's what this course is about.
You're not gonna regret it, really. It's amazing.
Thank you, Brian and team.
So what are you waiting for? Crypto is happening now. Click the link below, submit your application, and let me mentor you on how to create generational wealth and build the decentralized financial infrastructure of the future.